black bean and quinoa salad with salsa is absolutely delicious. It's quick, easy, and refreshing, and it can be made at any time of the year. If you want this quick quinoa salad recipe, keep watching. This black bean and quinoa with salsa salad recipe is really easy. I was inspired by a video I saw on PaulinaCocina's channel. PaulinaCocina is a famous Argentine YouTuber. She does cooking videos. They're really awesome. She has a really cool personality. All of her videos are in Spanish, and I don't think she has English subtitles. So you do have to speak Spanish, but they're just really funny. And like I said, she has a really cool personality and really good videos. She has a video, or it's part of a larger video on different types of salads. The recipe is quinoa with salsa criolla. And I'm not sure if you saw my other video. I'm not sure what's going to go up at what time. But salsa criolla is like an Argentine pico de gallo. I changed the recipe a little bit, but it's still very, very close. It's basically tomato, onion, green bell pepper, and then instead of the red wine vinegar and salt, I do lemon juice and apple cider vinegar. Nice and sweet. It's kind of like a sweet pico de gallo, but without the cilantro. And if you don't really like cilantro, I think you'd like this. So for this salad, it's about 1 cup of quinoa that's cooked. I cooked half a cup of quinoa, and it basically doubles when it's done cooking. So half of a cup of raw quinoa. I cooked it, and it's cooled off now. It's been in the refrigerator for a while. I'm just gonna put it into this bowl, and of course it went everywhere. And now you know not to dump a container of quinoa into a bowl, because quinoa is very small, very fine, even more so than rice, and it has the propensity to go all over the place. So learn from my mistake, but thankfully it wasn't that bad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the salsa criolla to this quinoa. One thing I wanted to point out about not only this black bean and quinoa salad with salsa criolla, but also any other salad, is that it's important that everything is dry. For example, if you're making a basic lettuce salad, if the lettuce is wet, then whatever dressing you use is going to have a really hard time sticking to the leaves. If you try to put vinegar and oil or ranch, Thousand Island, any kind of dressing on a bowl of wet lettuce, what will probably happen is that only a little bit will stick to the leaves. Most of it will pool at the bottom of the bowl along with the water. That's why when you're making a quinoa salad, it's important that it's dry. So once it's done cooking, be sure to take it out of the pot and put it on a plate in a layer that's as thin as possible. Or even better, make it the day before. Although it's not the end of the world if your quinoa has a little bit of moisture, or if your lettuce has a little bit of water on it, making sure that all of the ingredients in whatever type of salad you're making are dry will help the dressing to stick a lot better, and it will take your salads to the next level. So that is not enough. I decided to make a little bit more salsa criolla. So I'm thinking probably 1/3 to half of a cup of chopped vegetables. I want this to be a good amount of color, a good amount of vegetables, and quinoa, since, like I said, it's a quinoa salad. And now for the oil, I'm going to add somewhere between 2 teaspoons and 3 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons being a tablespoon. And this is actually a half teaspoon. So let's see how that works. Just like with anything, you can always add more later, but you cannot take away. Even though I did add a little bit of salt to the water when I made this quinoa, I'm going to add a little bit of extra salt now. Going to give it a taste. That is delicious. Although this quinoa and salsa salad is absolutely delicious on its own, if you want to turn it into a full meal, add some black beans. Here I have half of a cup of canned black beans. Yes, I did use canned. I'm just going to press the easy button. I took them out of the can, I put them in the strainer, and I let them drain for maybe, it's been 5 minutes now. And as you can see, the liquid has drained off. These were no salt added beans, so I'm not going to rinse them. I'm just going to add them to the salad. Now I'm going to stir. You probably don't have to drain them if you don't have a strainer, but I strained them first because I didn't want them to run and ruin the color of the salad. But if you're not as concerned about that as I am, you're not making content for YouTube, then it does not matter. You could probably add a little bit more in terms of beans, maybe 1/3 of a cup. But for me, and now, considering what time it is, this is fine. So this is my quinoa and salsa and black bean salad. If you're vegan or vegetarian, this right here is a full and complete meal. Like I already said, this black bean and quinoa with salsa salad was incredibly delicious. I know that this might not fit your definition of a salad if you live in the United States, but I think that you should give it a try. Just like with the carrot salad, sometimes something doesn't fit our preconceived notion of what that concept should be, and if we turn our noses up at it, we'll miss out. That's one of the cool things about making Argentine food. I feel like it's relatively unknown in the United States, and honestly, this black bean and quinoa salad would be a very modern dish, very health conscious dish there, not traditional. But still, following YouTubers and chefs from other cultures who make other gastronomies can give you ideas that you probably wouldn't have if you just focused on what you know. So even if this looks a bit odd, it's really colorful, it's really delicious. I think you should give it a try. I would love to hear your thoughts. Next up, I have another quinoa salad that I got from the Argentine YouTube cooking community. But this time it's with butternut squash, so don't miss it. Until then, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!